Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So today's video is very interesting and I'm going to take you through my monthly investment plan, so to say. So I'm going to show you how much money have I invested this month, in what assets. I'm going to reveal the assets also. So please stay tuned till the end of the video, because if you only understand half the things and half the logic and you go and invest and emulate my investment strategy, it can lead to very bad results for you. So please understand the entire logic and build your own investment plan. Very quick disclaimers. Point number one, this is not an investment advice. I'm in the interest of full transparency. I'm just sharing my strategies, whatever I'm doing. I'm going to show it to you in the form of live investments also, but please do your own due diligence and only then make a call. Second thing, the investment amount might look big, but this is not a competition. It's not as if that you are trying to compete with me, or I'm trying to compete with you, or I'm trying to compete with someone else. Each of us want to get rich, invest really well, reap benefits. That is the goal. So learning is the goal. Don't look at the investment amount. Even if you are investing little bit of money, it's completely okay. What you need to remember is that your money should grow. That is the overall goal with which we are working. But very quickly, when I started out also, I used to invest really small amount. Over time, this amount has grown. That is the bottom line. Now, third and final thing, there are a lot of spammers, scammers online. They are using my name, creating fake Telegram, creating fake this, fake that. Please don't believe in that. Unless you hear from me that I am offering certain types of services, please do not go and pay money to someone. Right now, I have an investment course running. You can check the link in the description box. That will help you understand more about that course, investment course. And there is one-on-one speaking service with me. That's it. These are the two things. I don't do like portfolio management for other people. I don't take your Zerodha or Grow accounts access and start investing on your behalf. I don't do any of that stuff. So please be aware of the scammers. Very, very important. Back to the video. Super interesting video. And I'm going to answer 6 or 7 questions. That's it. Okay, so let's start. Question number 1. How much money have I invested and where did I make this money from? Okay, so I have invested approximately 36 lakhs today. I'm going to show you all the investments also. Please stay tuned till the very end. And where did I make this money? I have spoken about multiple times how do I make money, and there are 17 income sources which I have talked about on my other video. I will link it somewhere here. You can go and check it out. Broadly speaking, there are 2 major buckets from which I make money. So one is that I have investments. For example, I invest in stocks. Some stocks pay dividends. So that becomes like my monthly cash flow. I also have investments in multiple commercial real estates and bunch of different things. So these are my investments that give me cash flows. The second major cash flow that I generate is by owning multiple digital businesses, and I have been highlighting to all of you that you also should try and build your multiple digital businesses, because this is what the future of the economy is, and I have been doing it for almost a decade now. Now you would say, Akshat, you are 33 and you are saying that you have been doing it for a decade. So can you explain it more? Okay, very quickly. So I started out with my first digital business back in college when I used to teach for GMAT. That is where I started building my digital businesses, and over time I have diversified into multiple things. I invest in different businesses also. So that is my background, right? And all the money that I am putting out on public forums, all this is tax paid hard-earned money, and I'm showing it from the interest of transparency. So I hope this question is clear. Okay, moving on. Question number 2, and very important question for you. You will ask me that, Akshat, have you gone crazy? Market is almost at 18,000, Nifty is almost touching 18,000, and you are here investing so much money in the stock markets and other crypto markets. Why is that? Have you lost it? No, I have not lost it, and I will explain you why. Now here is a very interesting picture. This is a snippet that I have taken from Mr. Ramdev Agrawal's interview, and Ramdev Agrawal is the owner of Motilal Oswal Mutual Fund. And there is a very important point that he mentioned on the interview, and this is something that he has consistently said throughout his career, that hey, no matter what happens in the market, please stay invested in the market, because if you're not in the market, then you will not make money in the market. Now this might look really ludicrous that, you know what, okay, why should you always stay invested in the market? And what does staying invested in the market means? It means that whatever money you are getting or whatever money you can afford to invest it. Don't think about that, hey, I'm going to do it like 1 month from now or 6 months from now when the market corrects, this, that. So let me help you drive this point home, and let me take you to my screen, because this is a fairly important question and concept for you to understand. Okay. So imagine that the market right now is at 100 rupees, right? You are waiting that, hey, when the market corrects by like 30% because it is very high, when it reaches 70 only, then I will invest. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep on sitting. Okay, this scenario might happen and you might get lucky once or twice or thrice, right? That you are able to predict it correctly. But can you consistently do it for the remaining 35, 40, 50 years of your life? No, you can't do it. You will often be wrong. So that is not a systematic way of investing. Because what is likely to happen? This 100 rupee will become 150 rupees and you are still sitting. You are still waiting for the market to correct. Then when the market comes back to 100, then I will invest. Then again, you have put yourself in a system where you are not investing. So please don't do that. There are always good opportunities to invest in the market, whether the market is high or low. Yes, your yearly returns might come down. I'm not saying that. But in the long run, if you try to predict the market, you will be wrong. And every investor, almost every investor, stays invested in the market. Now I'm hearing a lot of clicking noises that, hey Akshat, when this happened, that happened. Mr. Warren Buffett was sitting on a lot of cash. He was not making investment. What do you have to say about that? Okay, Akshat has to say about this is this, that Mr. Warren Buffett is also wrong multiple times. But if you generally look at his investment philosophy, generally, he also stays invested in the market majority of the times. So if you have to take a binary position that stay invested or try to predict, stay invested, right? That's the bottom line, and that is the reason why whatever cash flow I'm getting, I keep making monthly investments. Now comes the third question, and very important question, that Akshat, don't you think that the market is going to come down? 100%. I'm 100% sure that it will come down. It might go down by 20, 30, 40%, but I'm not sure when it will go down. And no one is, absolutely no one is sure when the market will come down. No one can predict, because right now we are sitting at 18,000 and it might very well happen that no major crash happens till the time we are at 36,000. Index will double and you will not do anything with it, and that is a really bad scenario. So which brings us to the fourth point, that hey Akshat, okay, now given the markets are high, what are some good assets and bad assets? How will you categorize them? So I've done a lot of study on this, and my hypothesis right now is this. And the definition of good assets and bad assets also change with time. Let me give you a very quick example there. For example, if you go and ask your parents, literally go and ask them that, hey parents, what do you think are the best investments in the world? Tell me, I'm 100% sure, and please comment in the comment box also. 8 out of 10 answers that I'm going to get real estate or gold is the best asset according to your parents, and they are not wrong, because in their generation real estate gave really good returns. But right now if you ask me that, hey Akshat, we are sitting in like 2021, is real estate a really good asset? No, because historically in the last 1 decade, real estate sector in India, I'm not talking about that, hey, I purchased a land in somewhere in Noida and Jewar airport came out and my land prices tripled. Great for you, but generally, like in the entire ecosystem, entire India, if you consider the housing market, it has not grown more than 3.5%. That is a fact. Now, I can also give you exceptional cases that, hey, I purchased a stock like 5 years ago, now it has become like 1000 times. So therefore, stocks are the best investment. So please take an average view when you're looking at a particular asset class. Okay, so very quickly, let me take you through this concept again of good assets and bad assets right now. So let me take you through what I consider to be good assets versus bad assets or fake assets right now. So good assets, or rather at least they are assets somewhat, would be real estate, because they are at least generating some returns, right? So they are generating some kind of positive returns. Second would be businesses. Businesses means that you're owning stocks. For example, when you buy the stock of ITC, what are you doing? You're purchasing a business. Businesses are real assets. Yes, risky, because if you buy a stock, it can come down. But generally speaking, the stock market in the last 1 year, how much return it has given? It has given almost like 90%, 100% return also from the bottom of 2020 crash. Now the third part, which is very contentious, is cryptos. I personally believe that cryptos are an asset. Now, we can argue about it all day long, but there are major investors. For example, Mr. Ray Dalio, Mr. Kevin O'Leary, Jamie Dimon, who has changed their mind about cryptos. They are crypto converts. They have converted to cryptos and are now putting their money in cryptos also. There are major investors already in the crypto space like Mark Cuban, Cathie Wood, and bunch of other people who are supporting cryptos. So, general audience like you and me, we can't say that, you know what, I'm like a Gyani person, therefore I'll believe that crypto is just fluff, I'm not going to look at it also, and you know what, just leave it. Okay, no, please don't do that. At least please study about cryptos. Okay, and I consider it to be an asset for a wide variety of reasons. Probably this is not the video where we will discuss this, but you can watch my videos on cryptos. I have expressed my viewpoint there. Okay, so what is bad assets, or rather fake assets right now? So definitely it is cash, right? If you're holding cash, you're losing money. Why? Because the inflation right now, right, across the world is very, very high. This is a problem, right? Number two, interest rates are very, very low. That is problem number two. So if interest rates are low, and I actually tweeted about it also, that if interest rates are low, essentially it gives the government the option of printing infinite amount of money without incurring any cost. How does that happen? That's a separate discussion altogether, but just remember this line, that if interest rates are super low, it's 0%, it's like that government can print any amount of money and keep taking more and more and more debt. Therefore, the value of cash goes down. right? This is very, very important for you to understand. And therefore, even fixed deposits are fake assets, because if you put 100 rupees right now in fixed deposits, if inflation is high, if interest rates are low, then what does that do to your FD money? That 100 rupees next year effectively, in effective terms, becomes 95 rupees next year. Okay. So these are fake assets. Definitely stay away from these type of assets. Invest in good assets. That's the bottom line. So now this brings us to the next question, that hey Akshat, what are the assets that you have picked personally for you? And that is the reason why we have clicked on this clickbaity thumbnail. So just get to the point. Okay. So alright. So two categories of assets. One is that I'm investing in cryptocurrencies. This is my investment in cryptocurrencies for this month. Actually, I have been investing in cryptocurrencies on a weekly basis, right? So this is the final installment that I was putting for this month. So you can check which assets I'm buying. I'm going to buy cryptocurrencies now. I go to the exchange. I'm going to buy Bitcoin first, 50,000 worth, and done. Next, I'm going to buy Ethereum. These are the two most stable coins according to me. So I would buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. These are the most two prominent coins, right? So that's the reason why I'm buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now I'm going to do a fixed deposit. So let me do it on Ethereum and Bitcoin both. So done for Ethereum. Now I will go on Bitcoin. So I will do fixed deposit for 100% and done. And some of my past fixed deposits also you can see. So why am I investing only in Bitcoin and Ethereum right now? Because I'm betting on the entire crypto market, and Bitcoin and Ethereum are the leading crypto coins. Right? Simple logic. If cryptocurrency market grows from $2 trillion valuation to let's say $100 trillion valuation, then Bitcoin and Ethereum will become 50x. It's plain and simple. I'm not bothered about investing in like the next new coin which is going to give like 1000, 5000% return. I don't bother about that. I'm an investor who is very happy making 20-25% return, between 15 to 25% return. That is my goal. That is the intent with which I invest my money and hedge my money, right? Very important for you to understand. It's not as if that I'm investing my entire portfolio in cryptos. I invest roughly 10% right now. I'm going to ramp it up to 20%, as I have been saying on my past videos also. So I hope this point is clear. So let's move on to the juiciest part of the video, which is what stocks have I purchased. This is the purchase that I made on Monday, 4th October 2021. Okay, so I'm going to buy equities now. You can see that I have 35 lakhs approximately in my trading account. So I'm going to buy all these different stocks on the left. So this is the quantity I'm buying for Punjab National Bank. I'm upward averaging it. So I already hold my PNB. CAMS, I made a video yesterday. I'm going to invest roughly 5 lakhs. So doing that. Then I'm also going to buy Motilal Oswal Financial Services. So this again, I'm upward averaging. So this is another opportunity that I'm investing. I'm purchasing JP Power. So I'm going to invest, you can see, and Union Bank also, because again, very similar to PNB, this is likely to give an up move in my opinion. Then Sun TV is another stock that I'm buying. It's a good trading stock these days. So I'm taking like a slightly more short-term trade on this. IDFC First, I have made a separate video. Do check it out. And Symphony, I have already talked about it on my small case. So I have purchased more of this. And Colpal, so which is Colgate Palmolive. So I'm buying this. Bosch is another stock that I'm buying. And this is a slightly expensive stock. So, and these are all my positions. I have purchased more stocks, which I'm not talking about because those were slightly risky. So I don't want to talk about it on open platforms. But these are some of the stocks that I have purchased. Now, it would be impossible for me to take you through all these stocks and explain you the rationale of everything. But let me explain you very quick rationale as to why have I purchased certain types of stocks. So let me first and foremost talk about Bosch Limited. Why have I purchased it? This is a technical buy. So technical buy means that I am seeing a head and shoulder pattern being created, or rather a complex reverse head and shoulder pattern being created. So let me take you through that if I can show this to you. So this is the baseline that we are considering. This is one shoulder, this is the head, and this is a set of heads, which is a complex head and shoulder. So essentially I see the gain, right? So if you take this line and if you put it somewhere here, so this becomes the depth and the height. So this is the range at which this stock should be trading within a few months. So this is a technical buy. This is not a fundamental buy. I'm going to exit it once it starts hitting that approximately 21,000 levels. So that is the target that I have. So very categorically telling you. Okay. So what is the next stock that I've bought? Now I invested the most amount in Punjab National Bank, And in fact, the stock came up as I was purchasing it. So I'm already sitting on a profit on it, which is good news. And I have actually upward averaged it. So I had already purchased Punjab National Bank earlier. I had spoken about it on one of my videos also, that I'm bullish on banking stocks. This is just a category. Now, one key thing that I want to show about Punjab National Bank is this. Okay, and this is like a very important thing because people usually miss this. Now, do you see these bars, right? These big bars. What are these? These are volume bars. Now, tell me the last time you have seen so much volume in Punjab National Bank. Now, only two things can happen. One is that, hey, people are selling this stock. Now, that could be indicated by the red bars. So, we are seeing fewer red bars compared to green bars. So, that is not the case. So, at this stage, operators are aggregating the stock. Therefore, this bank will at least go up to its book value. I have explained this point on my PNB video earlier. You can check it out. But simply what I wanted to point out was that the volumes are very high in Punjab National Bank. If you do a volume trend analysis, you will understand that, hey, this is a good buy at this juncture. Therefore, I am buying it. Third, I have purchased CAMS. I spoke about it a couple of days back. Very fresh video. You can go watch it, understand the logic. Why have I taken CAMS and what is the target price? Some people were asking me that, hey, Akshat, you have purchased CAMS. It was like up by 4.5-5%. Okay, so one, I got it at like approximately when the stock was 4% up. So that is when I purchased bulk of it. That's one. Second, my target on that stock. Again, go and check my video. I have given a very clear target of 28% gain. So even if you're losing 5%, 6%, you still can make 20% gain on it. What is my target? I'm happy with 15-20% returns. Therefore, I have purchased that stock. Another stock that I had made a separate video on was Symphony, and this is a small case that I had created. And Symphony is very simple, right? So Symphony, what we are going to do is that this is like range-based trading again, right? That if the stock hits this part, right, which is currently hitting this part, so we have purchased this stock and we are going to exit it once it hits 1500 levels. Very good gains to be made here, so therefore I have purchased it. I might be wrong and you might not believe my analysis. That is completely fine. You might have your own set of analysis and it is completely okay. That is how stock market operates, that people take opposite viewpoints. So this is my viewpoint. You don't necessarily need to believe in it. I'm just telling you what I am doing in the market. And my final stock was IDFC First. Why have I purchased it? Again, I have made a separate video on IDFC and different banking stocks, so you can go and watch it. At that point in time, I was on the verge of buying IDFC. Then I bought one lot of IDFC. Today, I bought another lot of IDFC. I was doing upward averaging. So I can't take you through all the stocks. In case there are some other stocks that I've purchased which you want more clarity on, just comment below. I'll try to make a video on that or cover it somewhere. But this is what my overall philosophy was, that some stocks I'm doing like volume based trading. Some stocks I'm doing a swing trade. Some stocks I have a very specific target in mind, right? So it really depends. I have also upward averaged certain stocks. So that is the philosophy with which I'm investing my money. And that is the philosophy with which I've always invested my money. Okay, so this brings us to the final question that, hey, if you are a new investor, what should you do? Should you go and jump into these stocks? My point is that these are good stocks. Please do further analysis on this. Understand this before you jump in. Have very clear targets. Because right now we are at a stage where the market is making an all-time high. I still believe in the narrative that we are somewhere in the earlier leg of this bull run. It can go up massively. What you should definitely not do is that just don't keep sitting on cash forever. That is bad. Okay, if you want to wait out for another month or couple of months, it's fine. Not a big deal. But start investing, because if you don't invest, you will struggle badly. So my thought process is very simple, that I'm going to continue to invest in cryptos. I'm going to do individual investing in specific stocks, especially where the prices are low. For example, all the stocks that I've shown you, there is a good 15 to 20% upside on these stocks. So I'm buying these stocks at a good price. So please don't go and buy overinflated assets as of now. Many of you might ask me that, hey, Akshat, you made a video on HUL. When are you going to buy it? Not right now. Okay. Hold back. It will come down. Then I'll buy it and I will share it with you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thought process and comments. And please like this video, share it with your friends, and I will see you the next time.